Morning, guys. We're on Revelation chapter 18, reading from verse 14. We're looking at that city of Babylon that gets destroyed in 1 hour, and just looking at a few details of her. In chapter 4, verse 14, it says, "The fruit for which your soul longed has gone from you." And that's the fruit of Babylon, the riches, the luxuries, everything that she entailed, and everything that was surrounding her has now disappeared. And you can imagine if you've built up a business over a lifetime and all those riches, and you come and the whole thing has been wiped out by a fire or whatever, and you can imagine how your heart sinks. But if that's the only hope you have, if you've put everything into one basket and you haven't thought of the eternal things of building up treasures in heaven, then you're going to be absolutely distraught like they are. And so that fruit that they've longed for has gone. It says, "And all your delicacies and your splendors are lost to you, never to be found again." And just as I was considering this, it's quite sad that, Babylon completely wiped out, and all what they lust after, all those pleasures and all those material things have been disappeared, but that lust is still there. And in hell, we often talk about hell as where there's a pain, there's a suffering, where there's continually a sort of mourning over your sin. You absolutely racked with guilt, but there's also this sense where you are completely not fulfilled, because you're still lusting after those things. That lust hasn't been taken away, and so that lust continues, and it's so sad. It never gets satisfied, and here they're still lusting, and it's gone. Verse 15, it says, "The merchants of these wares who gained wealth from her will stand far off in fear of her torment, weeping and mourning aloud." The disaster is so great that they're standing afar, because they're going to get caught up in that torment. But they're weeping and wailing not over their sin, but over the loss of this material wealth that they've gained. "Alas, alas, for the great city that was clothed in fine linen, and in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold, with jewels, and with pearls. For in a single hour all this wealth has been laid waste, and all the shipmasters and the seafaring men, sailors, and all those trade is on the sea stood far off and cried out as they saw the smoke of her burning, what city was like the great city?" And so here we have the picture of all the ships and all the transport people that would come and deliver the great wealth to the city. And this made me think that maybe this Babylon is more of a port and not in the same area that Babylon is today. But wherever it is, it's got this buzz of economy, everything coming in and out of it, and everyone is now at a loss as they just consider the burning of the city. And so really the question is today is, where have we set our hope? Where have we set our desires? What are we longing after? Because it's so easy to be caught up in this world, in the materialism and all the lusts that attracts us, and then forget the bigger picture that we should be building up riches in heaven. So let's just examine our hearts this morning. Trust you have a wonderful day. God bless.